Traders, welcome back to the channel. We're going over AMC. Now you got the dip. We expected this. We called it out yesterday. Go watch the recap if you need the evidence. Now we're going to be covering exactly what I see happening. The options that I bought today. Yes, I have started my position going into the big move that I've been expecting going to the end of the year, and exactly what I see happening. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Let's get to it.
I got no drip in my pocket.
All right, so we're going to jump right into it. We're looking at the 15-minute chart to get an intraday viewpoint. If you're looking at a longer-term position, you always need to be looking at the 4-hour, 1-day, things like that. But to get a viewpoint of what happened today, I think you should break it down. So that's what I'm using if you want to follow along or kind of get a recap for yourself. Now, going into yesterday, I mentioned heavily that I suspected you were going to get a quick breakdown to this level here, which was the weekly open where you opened up on the stock on Monday. Now, I suspected, and what I wanted to happen was to get a bounce. And if you saw, you got an immediate bounce from 40.30, you dipped a little bit lower, all the way back up to 41.5 roughly. Now, I did mention as well, as you can see, you are actually in a bear flag when that actually happened. As you can see, you started getting this bear flag type action and then breaking down underneath the VWAP, which is always indicative that you're going to get a dip. I actually ended up posting this on Twitter as well as the Discord. So if you want to get those updates, the Discord link is down below. All day, every day, I'm in there going over stocks. But as you see, when I said you're going to get a breakdown, and I suspected you get another touch of this weekly. Now, from that range, I either wanted to see a double bottom or to see how you reacted. I already have my position, and the position that I did get was the March 18th, I believe, $95 strikes. I've been talking about these. These are the ones I said I was going to get. Those are the ones that I like for myself, and I think they move very well. And my entry point was about $3.45 on those positions, just so you know. So as we move down, you broke below the weekly. This was pretty worrisome, but my position was holding its value. It wasn't really dropping that low, so there was no reason to cut an option whatsoever. Now, as you're getting that dip back down, the next thing I wanted to see was, are you going to break this trend? And you remember we covered this as well yesterday. You're following a key trend on the upside, and you're making those higher lows. The higher lows are very indicative of the move continuing to the upside. So you're continuing that move up. You didn't break below. That was really good news. Now, at the end of the day, you held the weekly. You got back above 40.3, and you held it. In my opinion, a very strong side. Now, you are getting a little bit of a flag, but in my opinion, again, I keep saying my opinion because this is not financial advice, anything like that. This is what I'm looking at, what I'm trading based on. This looks strong going into Friday. And I also mentioned yesterday, you wanted to see a really quick dump today and not leak over into Friday so you could gear up for a strong Friday closing out the week, because in my opinion, this could easily start moving back up to 41.5, maybe 42. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but I do see this, and I do want to see this hold above 40.3. I do not want to see it break this trend, and I do not want to see it hold below the weekly, which is 40.3. And I think it will push back up. And if you want to see updates throughout the day, what I'm thinking, and are asking me any questions as well, please follow on Twitter. That's the easiest way to get updates all the time. Even if I don't post a video for the day on any stocks, I'm always on Twitter. So that's what I'm looking at there. Another really big thing I do want to talk about are the indexes. And the indexes are going berserk. You have the Nasdaq reaching all-time highs right now. On the after hours, the Dow pushing back up. You had a huge dip this morning, coming back. Really big, looks very bullish. And then, of course, we got to go to the IWM. The IWM, we talked about this yesterday. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You cannot make it up. If you go watch the video, if you watch the live stream from yesterday, I covered the IWM. And the IWM has been a huge indicator for continuation on AMC. You've been in this massive bear flag for almost 2 weeks. And look, I covered it, and I suspected you were going to get a dip going into today, which you did, touching the bottom of that channel, and now you're pushing up, and you look extremely bullish. You want to see a break back up, and you have tons of room to run. Comparative to the IWM, AMC still looks great. Comparative to looking at that thing, over the past 2 weeks, AMC's really kind of just moving sideways. Still on the uptrend as well, whereas the IWM is really pressing down in that bear flex. You want to see a little bit of pressure here, but in my opinion, IWM is gearing up, which is an indicator for the big small caps. all the small caps, GME, AMC, there's a really big group of what those are. Just so you know, AMC is kind of becoming a larger cap based on the price. But originally, IWM, just so you know, it looks extremely strong. I still stand by my thesis, the long-term viewpoint, extremely bullish. I love the chart. I started my position. I'm probably going to continue to add more of those 95s, but I'm just now getting it started. This is what I wanted to see. I want to see some movement to the upside, and if we start to dip, I'll look for more entry points on those supports. All right, so in closing, I love what I'm seeing. It's getting to be really interesting. You're getting closer to the end of the month, closer to Thanksgiving, and this is what we expected. A slow, strong grind. Higher lows across the board. IWM breaking out and bull flagging now. And like I said, nothing has changed in the viewpoint. Long term, I'm feeling bullish over the next 2 months. Short term, you got the downside push. You got your entry points. These are the days that make you the money because you want to buy the stock when it's weak. When you're getting that pressure on the support, when you're mounting those levels, this is where you have to buy. That's my thesis, not financial advice, not telling you to buy the stock, not telling you to buy options. Do your own research. But in my opinion, the stock looks great. Like, subscribe, do what you got to do. And remember, boys, we run the market.
Must have forgot it, or maybe I already lost it. Don't gotta